Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in again to another episode of CivilianTacticalWeapons.com. Today we're actually going to go ahead and review the GSG5. This is actually the MP5K version, the shortened one. And I want to go ahead and talk a few things about this. For those of you out there who are having difficulties finding pistol ammo these days, 9mm 45-40, a little kind of a tactical weapon like this, it's actually very inexpensive. I picked this one up for about 450 bucks. You can actually buy them, I think retail is 600 on them. It fires 22, which is extremely inexpensive to get. Here in Texas, I bought 22 for $8 for a box of 100 of 22 LR. So it's very inexpensive here, probably also in the state that you're from. Of course, depending on the state you're in, this may still even be considered illegal. So, for example, I don't know if you can get this in California, probably not. They don't let you have anything cool out there. But what I want to do is actually go ahead and cover this. At this price, this is a fun little plinking gun as far as you want to go out to the range, shoot some rounds off. It's a 22, so it's not really that good for home defense. And then secondly, it's not the most reliable gun. 450 bucks, you get what you pay for. It's a matter of a couple of problems with the design of the gun, and then also 22 in general. It's not the most reliable bullet. In fact, even though we were buying high quality Winchester 22 ammo, I was even finding bad ammo in there. Finding bad 9mm when you buy a box of 50, a bulk of 500, if you find one bad bullet, that's pretty rare. On 22, because it's such a small bullet, you can have all sorts of different even straight factory grade ammunition still have problems. So as far as a 22 for home defense, I'd never use it. But as far as you have some friends who want to shoot some tactical looking gun or whatever, you give someone a box of 100, say, here's your magazine, let's go have a field day. I'll spend the $8 on having someone have a fun time over, you're looking at probably about 40, 50 bucks to do that in 9mm. So it's very cost effective. So a couple of things to note about this. The gun actually comes with a 10-shot magazine. They do make 22 round mags. It also comes with a flash suppressor, which initially when I saw this I was like, okay, this is completely worthless and useless on a 22. If you're worried about a flash off a 22, you've got other problems to deal with. But it's actually made in Germany, and I am going to show you now that I have actually found some pretty good uses for it. And let me explain this from a safety issue. The safeties of this gun is you have fire and safe, pretty standard. The kind of awkwardness about this is you have to hold the gun like this. So your forward hand holds the gun up here. If someone doesn't know what they're doing, they can instinctively put their thumb up here on the bottom instead of keeping it behind there. Or worse, they can actually put their thumb right there. That's actually the end of the barrel. So I actually recommend that if you have someone who doesn't really know what they're doing, or you're taking someone for a first-time shooter, take the barrel that actually comes with the gun and put the flash suppressor on. It looks kind of stupid. I think it's a bit hokey, a flash suppressor on a 22. But from a safety standpoint, this is critical. There's no way I'm going to stick my thumb all the way up there to actually accidentally try to shoot myself in the thumb by accident. The worst case scenario is you have someone actually put their finger up here. This may get a little hot and they burn the bottom of the top of the side of their finger. Not a big deal versus actually blowing a hole through their finger with a 22. So I'd recommend you actually put this on at first to get used to this gun. I don't like this. I'd never hand this gun to someone just using the other adapter because you're probably going to you're looking at causing some significant problems. So I talked a little about reliability, and let me tell you some of the problems and the reason why the reliability is an issue. The magazine is both ingenious and a design flaw at the same time. The gun has a tensioner spring down here, so you actually push this little button down and you can easily load bullets in here. If you want to hand this to a woman and have her shoot, and women always complain about how hard it is to stick the bolts on the top, on this gun, that's not an issue. You take your thumb like that, and then you pull down, put the bullet in, pull down, put the bullet in. You're not having to try to push your thumb down here. A lot of women complain about that. This is very easy. I can take the tension all the way out, and there's no tension here. That's both a blessing as far as making it easy to load, and a disaster from a reliability standpoint. When this thing is all the way down here, as the bullets get fired, this moves up, which means this little tensioner spring slides up along your hand. The manufacturer states that you cannot hold the gun like this, which actually feels a lot more comfortable to me to how I like to shoot submachine guns, semi-auto submachine gun type guns. I like to hold it in tight like this. If you hold it in tight like this, that little tensioner spring will slide along this part of your hand. And what's going to happen is when it slides along here, you'll actually create a gap because it's going to try to slide up. If you have a tight grip on it, you'll hold it. There'll be a gap here in the bullets and it causes feeding problems. So when we're down at the range and I'm naturally constantly going like this, I was causing my gun to jam up all the time. It's hard to keep the gun up here like this. Your other option is to hold the gun pretty much like a pistol all the way in the back. The weight of this gun is all metal. There's not really that much plastics in this gun. So this is actually a very heavy gun to hold this. Remember, there's no stock, there's no other support. It's very front heavy. So to be honest, shooting this gun at great distances is pretty much impossible. If you did have the regular MP5 version, which has the stock and the extended barrel, so you have the 16-inch barrel, you could actually take this gun and shoot very accurately for great distances. But as the gun is designed like this, with the pistol registration on it, you can't shoot 25 yards with this gun. This is a very fun gun to shoot, 10, 15 yards down at the range, taking some people. You can rapid fire this gun. It's a 22. There's no recoil. So it is a blast to shoot, and for $450, it is a good buy. However, don't try to think you're getting a $3,000, $4,000 MP5 in $450, and the only difference is the 22. It's not. It's a different gun, but it is fun to shoot. If you have, I'd like to say, if you're in a state where you actually do take your kids shooting, shooting a 22 like this is actually a pretty interesting gun to take down the shooting range. However, as far as being a serious gun, I wouldn't consider this a real serious gun, but it is a fun gun to shoot. That being said, if you have any questions, please email me at info@civiliantacticalweapons.com. And remember, I only respond to emails through that and not through the YouTube site. And as always, we do a webcast every single week, and they go up by the end of Monday business day. So, hope to see you in a future episode, and have a nice day.